Hi, I'm Norma. Today begins a week-long celebration. My granddaughter Lucy turned 3 today. My daughter Lauren and her husband will also be celebrating birthdays and their anniversary. And my grandson Cole turns sweet 16 in a few days. This is my good news. Now, on to the not so good news. I'm reading from Matthew 24, verses 1 to 14. And as Jesus came out of the temple and was going away, his disciples came to point out to him the buildings of the temple. Then he asked them, "You see all these, do you not? Truly I tell you, not one stone will be left here upon another, and all will be thrown down." And when he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us, when will this be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" And Jesus answered them, "Beware that no one leads you astray, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Messiah,' and they will lead many astray. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. And all this is but the beginning of the birth pangs. Then they will hand you over to be tortured and will be put you to death. And you will be hated by all nations because of my name. Then many will fall away, and they will betray one another and hate one another. And many false prophets will arise and lead them astray. And because of the increase of lawlessness, and the love of many will grow cold. But anyone who endures to the end will be saved. And this good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the world as a testimony to all the nations. And then the end will come. The gospel of Christ. Well, this apocalyptic narrative reads more like a Stephen King novel. Old-time preachers love sermons on the end times because it's a surefire way to scare unbelievers into the kingdom. Now, the study of end times is called eschatology. Are you impressed? Because that's about all I know. There's been a lot of discussion around the meaning of these verses. Fortunately, my challenge is not to understand, but to simply offer some good news. And I certainly don't want to speculate if the Antichrist is alive and well, sporting a bad comb-over. Now, no one can deny the signs. We are living in unsettling times. Evidence of the effects of global warming, food chain threatened, pollution, unemployment, and threatened economy, mistreatment of anyone who differs from ourselves. So, where is the good news? Well, fortunately, the passage tells us. Even though you hear of wars, don't be alarmed, because the worst is yet to come. Take comfort. Things aren't nearly as bad as they're going to be. Anyone who endures until the end will be saved. This is to be proclaimed throughout the world as a testimony to the nations. So hang in there. Things will get a lot worse. Not what you were hoping to hear. Sorry for the letdown. But sometimes the noblest thing we can do is wait and trust God for the outcome. Now, you've no doubt heard this is a marathon and not a sprint. The possibility of a second wave is not a question of if, but of when and how severe. The protests have just opened conversation to a problem that has always troubled humanity, but we are a long way from equality and justice. Recycling and reducing the use of plastics was a great first step in addressing climate issues. But changes need to be ongoing and at the forefront of all government and personal decisions. So we are called to endure, stay the course, and not to lose heart. The good news is we are not alone. God has not abandoned us. Change is possible, and we all need to be a part of that change. Now, hope isn't about a quick fix. We need to prepare for the long road ahead. So for today, just breathe deeply and be still. For these few moments, let go of all the things weighing you down and leave them in God's hands. Focusing on our breath accomplishes a couple things. In slowing down our breath, our heart rate slows and we feel calmer, less overwhelmed. It takes our minds off all the craziness. Our breath becomes our prayer that gives clarity and peace of mind. I would like to offer you this meditation based on Psalm 46, verse 10. Now, try not to think or analyze the words. Just breathe deeply as we repeat each phrase, and take as much time as you need with it. We begin with, "Be still and know that I am God." And when you are ready, be still and know. Be still. And finally, be. Take this prayer with you into your day, assured of God's presence and love. And I just want to add, if you are overwhelmed by anxiety and depression, don't hesitate to reach out to someone or speak with your doctor or mental health expert. We all need help sometimes. And continue to pray for one another. If ever we needed messengers of hope, it is now. Be well, my dear friends. God bless you.